College football recruiting is hitting one of its most critical time periods. As you'll notice that a lot of players will be doing a lot of visits over the next few days, not only recruits, but also transfers, as early signing day is coming on December 21st. Now, Sooner fans would love to hear some good news behind all the speculation that we've had around a lot of players going into this early signing period. Well, I've got something for you, and it looks like the Sooners have been fonged at a 4-star top 120 prospect that we've been going after. Now, some of you know what Fong means, others don't. I'm going to explain what it means in a moment and who that prospect is coming up in about 10 seconds. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jay here with Unfair Sports, where we take a pensive approach to the sports conversation. Thank you for tuning in here on the YouTube channel. Let's dive right into 4-star linebacker slash edge slash kind of do it all guy, Tausili Akana, who has just been fonged to the Sooners a couple of days ago. Now, what that means for you is that there's a very good chance that Akana selects Oklahoma on early signing day. Now, before we dive into Akana, who he is, measurables, and the Fong situation, jump in the comments. Hit me with a yes or a no. Let me know. You think the Sooners are going to land Akana? What is your gut telling you? While you're down there, go ahead, hit that like, subscribe, and the bell notification, especially if you're new to the channel. We would love to have you here with the family. We're dropping a lot of content around OU football, college football, adding a little Colorado in here, and sports in general. And if you've been here for a while, hit that share button. Why? Because sharing is caring. We would love for you to join the family. So pull up, jump right in. Give me those comments. I want to know what your thoughts on. But we're going to talk about Tausili Akana and him being fonged to the Sooners to sign with them by early signing day. Now, what the Fong means is that Steve Wiltfong, who is the director of recruiting for 24/7 Sports, is infamous for dropping his predictions on players. And now 24/7 leverages crystal balls. On3 has predictions, and Rivals has their future cast. And as of now, everybody has given a marker to the Sooners winning the Akana sweepstakes. Why is Wiltfong so significant? Is because he's shooting at about a 91% clip. So he does very well with this, not batting 1,000, but he is at 91%. So usually whenever he makes a selection, it's the gospel. But Sooner fans, I understand your hesitance, because the last player of high profile that we got fonged for was David Hicks, and he selected Texas A&M. Now, there's still predictions out there that Hicks will come, but we'll talk about him at another time. But because with that, let's jump into our main man, Tausili Akana. Let's pull up his stats and his details. Measurable wise, On3 has him at about 6'3", 210. I think that's a little older. Akana is set at 6'4", 2.25 with 24/7 Sports. He is a consensus top 110 player in the nation, which is huge. The number 16 edge and a top player in the state of Utah. Playing at Skyridge High School in Lehigh, Utah. Hopefully I pronounced that properly. But as you can see with the crystal ball predictions, Wiltfong, as well as Parker Thune and Brandon Drum, has provided us with a heavy amount of praise, believing that he's going to pick the Sooners. I'm pretty stoked about this player. And there's one reason why I'm really stoked about him is because there's one person recruiting him. It's Brent Venables. So that tells me there's something special about this talent that he wants on his defense that he feels he can mold into something big. Usually when a head coach is the only recruiter for a player, there is a reason, and I'm stoked to see this. Another player that I recall being a Brent Venables only recruit was Isaiah Simmons. And not to compare everybody to Isaiah Simmons, but it kind of gives you a perspective on where the potential specialness could be with said player. And Akana looks like he can put up size. He has the size and he has the frame to add additional size while still maintaining the speed that he needs to really be effective. He's very flexible, has really good knee bend based upon a lot of the analysis out there. And he can play in a 4-3 and a 3-4 defense. Potentially could go to linebacker or he could stay at the edge. So it looks like he can play at two phases on the defensive side. Let's pull up some film and take a gander at how he can play. So you can see him here with some hits on the quarterback. You can tell that he can drive on him. And here he's in a 4 technique. So that means that he can get down on all fours. He can come off of 0 technique. He has a lot of flexibility and scalability based upon the way that he wants to be leveraged in the defense. And what that means to you, Sooner fans, is that means that complex defenses can really be implemented with a player of this caliber because he can handle moving back and forth depending on what needs to be done. So if we do go into a four down man defense, he can play down there on the 4. Or if they decide to go to a 3-3-5, he can be up there in the 3, or if in a 3-4 defense. He has the ability to be on the field for just about all of it. But he plays a lot of 4 down, it looks like, and for his size, it's pretty darn good. And then for him to be ranked so high in the country, that tells me enough about where his capabilities are. He's got that good knee bend. He can get down and get up with explosion and quickness. Look at his hands. He can use them very good. He can tackle. He grabs and brings people down. And that's something that, of course, we've talked about on a lot of our recruits that Sooner fans have had, nightmares over our last 5 to 6 years with the defense is not really grabbing and tackling people. So the good thing is when you see it kind of play, watching him pursue and watching him grab and tackle, he has that ability. Oh, yeah, and he can also run the ball. So he's played some offense that gives you enough about his athleticism and ability to get around defenders as well as, get away from them. So I'm stoked watching him play. Hopefully we get him to sign on early signing day. We bring him in the spring so he can get on that Schmitty workout plan and he can do some nasty stuff. Well, hey, as usual, hop in the comments. Let me know, yes or no. Do you think that we got a chance at landing Akana, even with everybody predicting him? I know we got a little PTSD and get a little gunshot, even when we get a prediction. I respect that. So outside of that, it's going to be a busy Thursday. There should be some more content coming down the line from me, especially around Sooner football and recruiting, because there's in-home visits going on today, especially in the Texas area. And I'm hearing that there's some big name visits going to happen. And if those big name visits happen today, tomorrow, and Saturday, there's a good chance that we could be the last one in the home to try to close and seal some deals. Thank you all for tuning in here to Unfair Sports. We love having you here. If you are new to the channel, hit that like, subscribe, and the bell notification. We would love for you to join us for the long haul. And with that, we'll chop it up in probably a couple of hours. Peace.